I was going online today because I wanted to, well, literally just a few minutes ago, because I was going to make the thumbnail for the stream. And I was looking up Mario Kart DS Shy Guy. And just for some reason, the thing on the thumbnail is what I found. There's just a T-pose sitting down Shy Guy for some reason that they made for the game, which I think is really funny. Anyway, welcome everyone to the stream. Hope you're doing alright. Welcome, Dan. I was going to stream last week, but I decided not to. I was just chilling. But I'm back now. We're going to play some Mario Kart 8 tonight. Let me make sure, switch over. Here we go. Yeah. What's really cool is that this is the wireless play section, which I didn't know this was a thing. Well, I knew it was a thing, but I never used it. But I didn't realize there was a whole separate menu for it. Yeah, Mario Kart. Fun fact about Shy Guy in that game. The only way you can play as Shy Guy in Mario Kart DS is if you play on wireless play. Which, funnily enough, this game has. Which I think is really interesting. Anyway, I'm gonna go online. And feel free to join if you can. I'm not making a room, I'm just gonna go online. Maybe I'll make a room if I get enough people. But it depends on if people want to join or not. Yeah, I never played DS. I never had a DS when I was growing up. So, well, I did, but I didn't have DS, so I never had the opportunity to play it. Anyway, hope you all have been doing alright today. I had work, but I worked in the morning, so I was able to just chill out this afternoon. I haven't been sleeping. I've been going to bed really late, so I'm gonna try and go to bed early this evening, but the stream time will not change. But yeah, man, so many good characters. What is annoying-ish, although it's not that big of a deal. So I canceled my Nintendo Switch. So I was paying for the Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pass, which is a mouthful, and I wish they would like change it, the name. But I was trying to downgrade to just the normal vanilla Nintendo Switch Online, but you can't do that unless you let it run out. You have to cancel. Yeah, we are. You have to cancel your Nintendo Switch Online subscription and then let it run out before you can downgrade, which makes sense, but also is a little bit inconvenient. Because it's like you would want to be able to renew it, but you just can't unless it's the one you already have. It's just a tiny thing that's just a little bit annoying. But yeah. It's a tiny thing, but it's just kind of like, I kind of wish the thing was like, it wasn't this way. The fact that you already had to pay for it is annoying enough. I will always remind people of the fact that Nintendo Switch Online used to be free, and they made it so you had to pay for it like 2 years in, which is really annoying. And I do not like it. And I will never let people forget it. Remember what they took from you. Not like Nintendo Switch Online was ever good, because it is objectively the worst option out of all the services. The fact that you have to pay for online is cringe at all, but Nintendo's online services are the worst compared to their competitors, quote-unquote competitors. But like, seems like their stuff has always been bad compared to Sony's or Microsoft's. Yeah, they took away mediocre for free. Now you gotta pay for mediocre. Literally the only saving grace, if you want to call it that, is that it is the cheapest monthly option. Well, the cheapest offering. Because honestly, I would rather pay 20 bucks a year compared to paying 20 bucks a month. But at least when I'm paying 20 bucks a month, I'm getting something that is somewhat more competent. But I'm probably just gonna rebuy the booster pass. Because I legitimately like... Well, honestly, I'm not a huge fan of most of the courses. And the fact that you can play them online, like the only thing that's... Like, yeah, the characters in the booster pass are cool. I like Diddy Kong. But apart from that, unless you're planning on playing the track single player, there's not a whole lot of reason to get the booster pass. Because you can play them online, which is really nice. Hey, what's going on, Karasu? Yes, indeed. Monetize online to get more money. Yeah. Don't even. Daily reminder, Nintendo is one of the most profitable companies of all time. Probably the most profitable video game company currently. Actually, I would not be surprised. If we're talking in terms of like companies that make video games and also like have their own service. Like Nintendo games, like they knock it out of the park. Like unironically. Create Miiverse too? Oh my gosh, could you imagine? That would be glorious. Gosh. Man, I remember Miiverse. Never forget Miiverse, man. I wish Miiverse was still a thing, unironically. I think it'd be awesome. Cause you have your service. I'll play It seems like there was like this weird period where Nintendo just had all of their stuff. Like they had their stuff. Okay, Murricane, thanks for coming out, man. They like had all these services, and then for just like they were just really weird. Like they were experimenting a lot with just various things, and then they shut them down after a couple of years. Especially with their mobile department. Like Nintendo had a lot of stuff for mobile. Like what was that one with the Miis? Was it called Miitomo? Was that what it was called? I think. And then you had stuff like oh gosh. Well. Like the only thing they still have around are Fire Emblem Heroes, because it just prints money. And then Mario Kart Tour is still a thing. But apart from that, they've shut down a lot of their stuff. I don't know if Super Mario Run is still a thing. I remember that. And then Dragalia Lost was a game they had for a couple years. That doesn't exist anymore. And then I know Pocket Camp, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp is getting shut down, but it's being brought back, thankfully, as an offline version, which you have to pay for, but you know what, at least you're still going to be able to play the game. But yeah. Then I don't even know if Super Mario Run is still a thing. It seems like Nintendo... Well, obviously Nintendo is always under a microscope because they're the video game company. It seems like they have a knack for making something that's just really weird, like really experimental, that like has potential, but it just seems like they're not putting enough into it, and then after a couple of years they just pull the plug on it for whatever reason. It's like, dude, you had something with this. Like, you should have like actually made it good instead of just whatever the heck you gave us that was almost good. Okay. I don't play Mario Run, so I don't know what they're doing with that game. Yeah. Like, I will... You know, this could literally be an entire stream of just talking about all the missed opportunities when it comes to things that like, people would definitely buy into if Nintendo made, like, the changes that... If I were Mr. Nintendo for a day, I would make, you know, I would make these changes to the company. John Nintendo. Or is it, I guess it's, Taro Nintendo, because it's Japanese. Yes, I am, in fact. I know my Japanese. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that Tour hasn't been ported. Like, we haven't got a console version of Tour. I'm honestly kind of surprised. Because I'm guessing maybe it's for control reasons, but Switch has gyro. So it seems like something that could happen. Like, maybe if they fiddled around with some of that stuff. And you can't say that Nintendo wouldn't put their, like, freemium games on Switch, because they already put Pokemon... What's that game? What's that Pokemon game called? The League of Legends knockoff with Pokemon characters? I forget what that game is called. It's like Pokemon... well, they put Pokemon Cafe. That's not the name of it, but they put those games on Switch. So it's not like they couldn't put those games like that on Switch. Gosh, what is that game called? Pokemon... Show... No, not Showdown. Pokemon... Gosh. I can't think of it for... Unite, that's what it's called. Thank you, Karasu. I played that game for like a moment during the pandemic. Yeah, that game is doing pretty well. Oh yeah, Pokemon Shuffle as well. Like, anything Pokemon, they're probably gonna put on Switch. Yeah. Speaking of Pokemon, I'd like to be optimistic about that new Legends game that's coming out for Generation 6. I like Gen 6 a lot. It's my favorite generation that is bad. And I also kind of have a soft spot for it because I watched all the anime. I think I've talked about this. I binged the entirety of the Generation 6. I don't even remember what the context... Like, I was sick for a couple days back when I had my old job, and I just binged the entirety of the Generation 6 anime. I watched all 3 series in, like 2-3 days. Which is probably the only way I could have gotten through it. I don't think I would have watched it otherwise. Like, genuinely, I am not a Pokemon guy. Although it seems like people really, really enjoy the X and Y series. Like the anime. Because they actually tried to like do something with it. Like make it more interesting and like action oriented. Like Ash, kind of a character, which I thought was neat. Like they made the battles more interesting. Ash fully evolved his entire team, which was a first. It's the only Pokemon series where Ash like actually like bothers to evolve his team, which is nice. It's unique. We're going places. But then of course with Sun and Moon, you're like, yo, screw this crap. 3 flying types. Yeah, impeccable coverage by Ash Ketchum in that game, in that series. Because he's got fire flying, fighting flying, and dragon flying. Because, gosh, what were... Because he had, Greninja, Noivern, Halucha, Talonflame. Who was the other one? He had a Gudra. Was Gudra the... Is that who I'm thinking of? Yeah, he had another dragon type. Yeah. I'm thinking of the final evolutions. It's crazy he had two dragon types. It's crazy he had pseudo legendary. Excuse me, my goodness. Huh. Did you just join? Yeah, if the room is full, you can't join, which is annoying. Maybe I can try and make somebody leave and then you can join in. Actually, maybe I'll just go to regional after this. I can usually get less people in regional. Yeah, gotta stop being Mr. Wide. But yeah, I think back on the topic of Nintendo, the biggest change I would make is in regards to the emulators, quote unquote, because yeah, that's rough. But no, like I remember these things because I've been actively following the Switch literally since it came out. Well, since I got my Switch, but there was a period of time, like a good year and a half, where they were releasing stuff monthly, and then they just stopped for some reason. Like they were like, ah, no, you guys got too many games now. We just can't put all that stuff on there. And like why did you stop? Well, first of all, they should have just had all the games on there, period. Like if they had all their NES games, all their SNES games, all their Game Boy games, Game Boy Advance games, N64 games, Sega Genesis games, and you can't even make the argument about like licensing, because the vast majority of the games that they release, well, not the vast majority, but like they have so many games on their console that were made by them that just aren't on Nintendo Switch Online. Like they made so many games. Like they were the main, you know, providers of those games. So it can't even be a matter of licensing. Yeah. And I think there will always, until it gets better, there will always be the argument of, until you provide something that is better than the alternative, no one is you're not gonna have the market share. Well, you do have the market share, but like you've already gotten the people. You know, the problem is they don't care about the people that are gonna choose emulation every time. So that's why they're not doing these things. But of course they're gonna take them down because they know for a fact that they don't want to compete. So they're just gonna take away options. That's the problem. They're not going to compete. They know they don't have to, because the vast majority of people, because they already have their install base. It's unfortunate though. It is very unfortunate. You know, it's like I was saying a couple streams ago. Literally, if people just stopped buying this stuff, like, just stop buying it and the changes will come, okay? That's literally all you have to do. Actually, that's literally how because for some reason, well, this is kind of related, but not really. Back on the topic of Nintendo Switch Online, when excuse me, my gosh, I need to mute my mic. When I was going on to the app, the page to actually redo my like subscription, I was able, they gave me a 7-day free trial for Nintendo Switch Online, which I think is really funny that they would, like, I had access to that. It's like, I've been paying for this for 5 years. I've been paying for the $50 option for maybe 2 years. And all of a sudden it's like, hey man, like, can we like, just a crumb of Nintendo Switch Online for you? It's like, hey man. It's like, yeah, you're having a hard time. What did I do? I wasn't paying attention. Gosh, I'm so bad at this. But yeah, it's like, you gonna stop giving us money? It's like, yes, I'm not paying you $30 for nothing. I'm not, well, not nothing, but even then, like, I don't think the expansion pass is nearly worth it enough. Not even talking about just the emulation stuff, like the Nintendo Switch Online emulators, but like, you guys need to actually be offering something, like actively offering something, because all they have is the booster pass, and then they have Octo expansion, which is like Splatoon 2. Like, why aren't they doing what other companies are doing? Why is there no, like, Game Pass equivalent for Nintendo? Why is there no, like, freaking... Like, seriously, why is there no Nintendo Game Pass? I mean this genuinely. Like, they should have their own subscription service for their more modern games. Like, they could do that. Like, they don't even have the excuse of, oh, we have to go through it. Like, again, it's the whole thing with, like, licensing. Like, it's your games. Like, you can put this stuff on your service and people would eat it up. Like, objectively eat it up. Of course, you gotta pay $60 for every brand new Nintendo game. $60, please. But just like be like the freaking, like, if you want to be like a scummy game company, be like EA. Like, they charge, like, they have their own service for that. Like, they have EA Play, but their regular thing is like, their regular package is only 10 hours for their games, for the regular package, and then you have to pay for the pro version to get the full game. Of course, I don't know a single show me a single person who's buying EA Play. Give me a break. Well, actually, I don't think that's exactly how that works, but it's like specific titles you can't play everything that EA offers on EA Play. And like there are only certain games that you have a trial to play. Hey, what's going on, Weege? This is Garfield Kart. We're playing the new. This is the new update. They added a bunch of stuff, but we'll play Garfield eventually. I'll switch to him next match. But yeah, freaking show me one soul on this planet who unironically pays for EA Play. Like I got EA Play through when I was paying for Game Pass Ultimate. Like they offered EA Play as part of Game Pass. I'm like, show me all the poor souls that are unironically have EA Play outside of Game Pass Ultimate. Like, show me the numbers. Just imagine being in the EA board meeting. You're like, so, she's the EA guys, John EA. He's like, so, the numbers. So, how are we looking in terms of EA Play numbers this month? And it's like, oh well, we're up this month about 20-25%. It's like, oh man, that's pretty cool. So people are buying our services. It's like, no. It's like, okay, then how come our numbers up? Well, you know that thing, how we're doing Game Pass, and people can buy EA Play through Game Pass. And it's like, you son of a... Hey, what's going on, Plaz? Yeah. So, I think I told you guys, Weege and Plaz just showed up. I just got... So, I canceled my Switch subscription. And I didn't remember that because I had the expansion pass, I happened to... That's how I had the booster pass. Gosh, I'm doing so poorly. 5 EA Play. What if what if the whole time I'm just bashing on EA Play and like the you guys in chat are like 4 of the 5 EA Play subscribers are you guys, and like you just come to, you're like everyone in chat wants to know Rintaro's location. You're like, stop making fun of my favorite subscription service. But yeah, so I don't have the booster pass. I'll probably... Actually, I was gonna say, I was thinking about buying it again, but I don't think I will. Because you don't even need it to play online. But yeah. Good stuff, guys. Gosh, I've been really, I'm getting real, what's the word? Real, you know, I'm getting into this. I have very big opinions on things. Subscription service. Well, pay Madden for 10 hours. Like, if you buy basic EA Play, you don't even own Madden. Like, it's not even good enough. You have to, you can't even play Madden with the basic subscription. And they don't even give you, and that's for every Madden that's on the service. They don't even have every Madden. Like, every, I don't even think 25 is on Madden. Well, it's on EA Play. Guys, I'm gonna self-report. I bought Don't be silly. Yeah, I don't own I don't own my PS2 in my living room. I don't own my Nintendo GameCube that's on my brother's bed right now because I'm too lazy to clean it off. Heck, I don't even own this Sprite Cranberry I'm enjoying in the comfort of my own home. Heck, I don't even own my body, technically. If you want to get real political, like you're property of your brain. Like your brain is your brain is the guy right now. The man behind the wheel is the brain. You know, we're all just nerves. We're all just skin and bones, baby. I have a GameCube. Yeah, I have a GameCube. I have a GameCube because I went through a trend where I was just buying whatever I could, but then this is a true story, by the way. I was really bad with my finances a couple months back, and then my radiator broke in my car, and I literally had I had no money to pay for it, so my parents had to loan me money, and I was like, oh crap, I need to tone it down a little bit. And then luckily I'm in a better spot now, but I was really bad. I bought my Series X the week before I took my car broke, my radiator broke. And yeah. I've been thinking about streaming some actual GameCube games. I've been trying to I have quite a few, but I'll just have to hook it up sometime. Honestly, I've been trying to get rid of some of my stuff. I'm probably gonna get rid of my PS4 soonish, because I don't really use it. If it weren't for the fact that there were so many games that I have on my PS4, and some of those being exclusives that I've yet to play, I wouldn't be so. Why did I buy it? Because my computer is not good enough to play all the games I want to play. Unironically, the only reason I own a Series X is because I can't buy is because I have games that I want to play that my computer cannot run. Play Chibi Robo? I'll have to see if I can find it. Yeah, just let me pull up $700 and meet up with Mo from down the street that has a crack addiction. Get my copy of Chibi Robo. Of course, I could just go online and play Baten Kaidos. Good one, Karasu. So, hey, you know, who says Karasu isn't funny? He's got some good jokes. I don't know a single person who hasn't called you funny, Karasu, but you know, showing the wheels with your humor tonight. Oh, come on, man. Bacon thief? Screw you. Unironically, if I were Dan, if you hit me up, I will. If you do that, I will stream Chibi Robo. Unironically, just send it my way, and I will play it. Because I genuinely know nothing about Chibi Robo, so any chance, but it seems genuinely interesting. I mean, I have my Dolphin. I have Dolphin. Excuse me. How do you guys think I was playing Pikmin 2? I don't own Pikmin 2. I would love to own Pikmin 2 on the GameCube, but I don't. And before you say anything, I own Pikmin 2, just not on the GameCube. This is self-report? Gosh. This is kind of unrelated, but when I was thinking about, no, but back to Baten Kaitos. If I were to get Baten Kaitos, I would want to do the 100% speed run. I would want to 100% it. Because if you guys don't know, in Baten Kaitos, Eternal Wings and Lost Ocean for the GameCube, there is... Oh, crap. I looked away for 1 second. No, like, in Baten Kaitos 1, there is, to 100% the game, there is, I don't remember if it's like one item specifically or like a bunch of items. There's like certain items where you need, like, you need a certain, it's like what you get is based on waiting. There's like a period of time you have to wait to get specific items. And there's one item where you have to wait up to 2 weeks in order to get. I am not even joking. That is real. You can look it up. And the only reason I know about that is because I watched a longest speedrun video from back in the day, and they were talking about it. Here, let me take a look here. Baten Kaitos. 100% speedrun. Here we go. Baten Kaitos 100% in 337 hours and 55 minutes. Oh gosh. But yeah, it's insane. Well, that's why I said at least 2 weeks, because I wasn't certain. Is that Ouija the God in our lobby right now? Yeah, just imagine if you could just set your clock forward. But then if you tried to play oh, is that a thing? Does the game hard lock you if you don't get certain things at certain times? Oh, that sucks. I hate when games do that, honestly. It's really annoying. Okay, guys, I gotta focus now. No more being funny. Yo, we got a Nino in here? Oh, wait, that's Bacon Thief. I've been playing... I mentioned this last night when we were to Plaz, but I've been replaying the Batman Arkham games. And I am very fortunate that there are... So there are, like, times throughout the game where there are, like, sections of the map where, depending on where you are during the story, you can't access certain things. But luckily... It's one of those games, well, Asylum and also City are games where, regardless, there are always points throughout whenever you're playing the game where you can access whatever part of the map you need to if you have that specific item. And there's always like an end point at which everything will be set to where you can access things. So, like for Asylum, there's a point at which you'll be near the end of the, like, at the final boss. And there are specific points throughout the game where there are items that are there are parts of the map that are not accessible due to certain things that happen in the story. I like how it said I'm about to get serious and I start talking about, like, games that I've been playing, other games that I've been playing. But regardless, it's like near the end of the game, the map will reset to where you can access everything you need to, which is really nice. And then Asylum fixes this problem to where even after you beat the main story, you can still, well, every game onwards, it makes it so that after you beat the main story, you can still access the map and do everything that you missed, which is nice. Yeah. Those are good games. I would always recommend good games. And I've been... And, yes. Oh gosh, please, no! This sucks. I'm pissed off. Dang. How am I doing so poorly? Okay, well, at least I got 4 points. Gosh, I'm trying my darndest. I am trying my darndest to reach 110,000 VR at some point. I want to do it, but I just can't. It is rough. Oh, real? River City Girls 2 got DLC? If that game ever goes on sale, I'll definitely pick it up. It is rough. It is very rough because I think a lot of what determines getting VR in this game is... Yo, shit, is that Edna mode? Holy crap, man. What determines getting VR is based on what players you get matched up, but also like which place you actually get in the race. I don't know how it works, so don't even bother like taking my word as fact. But if I think from what I've noticed, the more, like, if you have higher VR, the higher placement you get, the less points you get, the higher VR you get, essentially. But the lower placement you get, the more points that are possible to lose. But I think it's also based on how many people there are in the actual match. I'm sure I can look it up and, like, actually... I'm sure people have figured this out. People way smarter than I am. But I play this game a lot, so sometimes I notice things about how things work. Oh my gosh. I'm really glad we haven't got a 200cc as far as I'm aware. Also, I think it's really funny how everyone chose Wii Rainbow Road, but instead we get the crappy 8 Rainbow Road. Oh my gosh, did I really just do that? Guys, this is why I haven't reached 10,000 VR yet, because I just keep doing stupid crap like that. But, unironically, I think once I reach 10,000 VR, I'm gonna just stop playing this game. I may stop playing this game before I reach 10,000 VR, unironically, but that is my ultimate goal, 10,000 VR. Because I feel like, don't get me wrong, the fact that I've reached 8,700 is nice. It is very nice. This is a lame Rainbow Road. Every time I think of this game... Oh gosh. Crap, man. Yo, that was sick. That was actually epic. Yo, am I cool now? Go. Finish before him. Crap. This is the worst one. Okay, let's take a look here. Gaining VR Mario Kart. Playing new brooms? How do you play new brooms? You know, apparently there's this thing in this game where you can get third release? Dang, I can't imagine. Oh my, can you imagine if they were to release this game again on Switch 2 or whatever it's gonna be called, the Switch follow-up? Like, whenever it happens to come out, if they release Mario Kart, I genuinely believe people will riot. People will be so pissed off. I agree. Mario Kart 8, 7 Rainbow Road is goated. Honestly, part of me wishes that... well, I can imagine it. Don't get me wrong, I can imagine it. But I hope that it doesn't happen. Yeah, again, I agree with that as well. People would still buy it. It is insane that I can imagine it, and it is insane that I can imagine people buying it. It upsets me that people would buy it. That not only people would buy it, but that would sell well. I believe it would sell well. Like the standards, like this is like part of the reason that that they can get away with this stuff. Just the standards for the average person that, you know, gets this stuff on Switch. The standards are so low because there is literally no alternative for what Nintendo is doing. Because the people on Switch, this is kind of the deal with kind of the console markets in general. Like, if you have a certain console, you're not going anywhere else. Like, if you're going on, like, if you're on Xbox, you're not switching to PlayStation. You're not switching to Nintendo. And the same goes for like PlayStation and Switch. Like, maybe people will get Switch because it has a lot of interesting games elsewhere. But like, you're not switching. Also, that was epic. I'm clipping that. But like, you know, these game companies, they can literally do whatever they want to their install base, screw them over theoretically, and it won't matter because people are gonna buy it because they're not going anywhere else at this point. Not a chance. At least companies are starting to realize that the PC market, like, I'm pretty sure PC is the largest install base of gamers, and like, that's a good thing. People always talk about like, oh, you don't have options on PC. Like, yeah, you do. You have plenty of options for where you want to, how you want to do stuff, how you want to get stuff. Like, there are many different marketplaces. There are many different ways you could run your game. Like, there are tons of games on like websites like itch.io and GOG. Tons of indie games. You know that game Buckshot Roulette? Before it came to Steam, it was on itch. It was huge. It's a huge game. Like, that's a more recent example, but just, you know, and the fact that you can do whatever you want. Like, I'm not saying console modding is not a thing. Like, it's so much easier and much more prevalent on PC. Like, you know, you always hear about people like talking about how, oh, I can run this Nintendo Switch game on PC like infinitely better. And like, I believe it. Like, obviously you can do that. But I hope we get a new Mario Kart game. I hope we get a new Mario Kart game. I really do. Because I would like that. What I kind of wish they would do, this is me personally talking, but I realize they would never do this, is I would love it if they were to remaster an older Mario Kart game. As in, they would remaster it, but they would leave it relatively unchanged in terms of like mechanics and stuff like that. Like I know that I know Nintendo, if they were to remaster one of these games, because they do this with all their remasters, like they would modernize it. They would add like the brand new mechanics and stuff. Like they would basically make it the Mario Kart 8ification of that game. But that's not why people like those games. They like those games, like that's why people like games like Melee and stuff. It's because of the mechanics, the way that it plays. And like, you know, you always see people talking about Melee HD, but people would not like Melee HD if it came out, because it wouldn't be Melee. Like it would essentially be the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate version of Melee. Essentially. And also would never happen because Ultimate is on Switch. But I think I would love it if they were to remaster, like they would make the graphics look like incredible. Like you could update the graphics, like keep the art style, but make it look a whole lot better. And then like keep a lot of the like regular stuff. I realize that retro tracks are a big deal and stuff like that, but what I think would be cool, add custom track support. Legitimately, I think they should do that. I don't see why they haven't done that. There's literally no reason in my mind. Like I realize it would not be very in-depth, but I think if you can do something, even like a basic something like what with Smash has with their stage builder, people would eat that stuff up. Like I think, you know, you hear about all these games, they're like, it goes back to PC. Like people love so many of these games that have workshop support and mod support on PC, because it's just another way to make the game your own and make it cool. And heck, you can do what Rivals does. You could do something like what Rivals does, where they would take, like they would let people design characters and eventually make them official characters. Like Rivals, they added new characters to the game that were initially workshop characters that people could design. I think that's how that works. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Plaz and Weege, I know you played Rivals, so you would know about that, but yeah, like something like that would be cool. I wanna add the caveat that none of this will happen. I would be entirely surprised if any of this stuff that I am talking about would happen. I just think this stuff would be cool. And I wish it would happen. Anyways, like seriously, what would, like it would be so easy for Nintendo to be like, hey, like we want you to make tracks for us. Like the logistics behind them doing that, the logistics behind them running something where people could submit tracks, like make their own tracks for Nintendo's game, would be messy is not the right word to describe it. It would borderline be a disaster, but I believe they would be able to figure it out. They could do something like that. Like they could get fans to do work for them. Like let your fans, I'm not saying your fans know what's good for your game. I'm not saying that, because there are some dumb people, dumb Nintendo fans. I'm one of them. You wanna know how dumb I am? I bought Breath of the Wild for $70. That's how dumb I am. I bought Breath of the Wild unironically. So, not very high standards we're working with here. But anyway, but just like, seriously, like allow people to come in, like hold a contest for that stuff. Like if you don't credit them, that's one thing, but like there's so much untapped potential. It pisses me off. It legitimately pisses me off how not ungrateful, but just like it's like nobody, they just don't seem to care about what their fans do to show appreciation for their game. It maddens me. It truly upsets me. Just the absolute disconnect between how, this is not just necessarily Nintendo, but like most game companies in general, how they want their fans to enjoy their game and how their fans actually enjoy their game. It's very upsetting. Like, it's legitimately upsetting, because I grew up, I noticed it throughout high school. Like, I was there when AM2R was taken down. I was there when people were begging, absolutely begging them to port Mother 3 to the Wii U. I remember, like, and the list goes on. Like, it's truly upsetting. Yeah, exactly. Like, why wouldn't you do that? Like, the money prints itself. And again, I'm not gonna act like, again, most fans do not know what they want. They don't know what would make a good game. But you gotta try something. Oh, that's really funny. You should have clipped that Plaz so we could have seen it. That's good. And again, I relate to a lot of what the kind of circles back to, you know, just talking about this. I think a lot of my choices when it comes to how I think about what games I want to be getting and what I want to be supporting. It's a lot easier now that I am adult and actually paying for a lot of that stuff myself. It's a lot easier for me to just rationalize and let go of just kind of like, oh, it doesn't matter. Like, I'll play this thing, I'll enjoy this thing. Like, this thing is a good use of my time. Like, nah, screw that. I'm not doing that anymore. Like, your time is valuable. Your money is valuable. Like, if you don't think something is worth supporting, don't support it. That's what it comes back to. Like, genuinely. Because you gotta remember, at the end of the day, the money will still come to insert big corporation here. Like, they will get their money. Like, if you don't pay, if you don't pay $49.99 for Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pass, someone else will. Like, as I speak, there's some poor soul is inserting their credit card information into the Nintendo eShop, buying Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pass right now. Heck, there's 10 of them right now. So remember, for every one person that doesn't, there's 10 more that's gonna take your place. So don't feel bad. Don't feel bad about not supporting insert corporation here. It's like that meme image. It's like it's always more morally correct or whatever. It's always morally correct to not support insert corporation here. Insert person here. I love how, like, the whole time I've been talking about, like, yo, corporation bad. I'm literally playing, I literally am playing this game, but I like this game. I really do. I'm not in a, I don't have Stockholm Syndrome from this game. Genuinely. Yeah, honestly, yeah. Like it's very freeing to be like, hey, you know what? No, I'm good. Like, try it next time. No, I'm good. Get his ass! How did I get 8th? Oh, gosh. Alright, I'm gonna do one more race and then I'm gonna drop out to take a break. Oh, hey, it's my favorite track. But yeah. Beautiful. Dang, there's a lot of cool stuff around here. You know what I'm gonna do? That money, so I get... Wow. Dang. Should I? Dang. Oh, it's... I see. Dang. That's cool. It's a dose of FOMO, it's just becoming old. Actually, speaking of FOMO, I want to get your guys' opinion on this because I watched this video a while ago. It was kind of talking about FOMO, kind of related to hold on, let me start over. I was trying to make a joke, and the joke was to think this all started from horse armor. Like we made it, like we normalized horse armor, and look where we are, 15, like 20 some odd years later. Like people bought horse armor, and now here we are. But no, speaking of FOMO, I was watching this video a while ago, kind of related to FOMO, and a lot of people were kind of bringing up the idea of whether or not cosmetics can be considered FOMO. And honestly, I think they are. I personally think that cosmetics are FOMO because there's a lot of games ever since the rise of like the loot box stuff and all that. Like there's a lot of stuff in relation to kind of like these seasonal events and making a big deal about whether or not this is stuff. Sorry, someone walked in my room. Alright, I'm back. My bad for disappearing so abruptly, guys. My mom came into my room. And then I had to use the bathroom. But there was somebody in my bathroom, so I had to go to my parents' bathroom. Yeah, I've been meaning to change. I want to, like, update my stream stuff, but I literally made this. I made this like 3-4 years ago. Actually, when did I make this? Hold on, let me look. Okay, I made this. Dang. I made this the day I got my computer. Or the day I built my computer. I mean, it is hilarious, but it just looks really, really, I don't know. I'd like to update it, because I'm a lot better at, like, the Photoshop stuff. Not Photoshop stuff. You know what I mean. Anyway, just like the picture editing. But it was a really, really scuffed job. I appreciate it, Dan. I thought it was funny too. I can't even begin to describe why I made it or why I think it's funny. I'm just gonna have to roll with it. But yeah, to finish the conversation, thank you, Dan. I appreciate it. To finish my conversation, the reason I thought it was interesting talking about like cosmetics being FOMO is because the person who was talking about it, like people were talking about like, oh, cosmetics are FOMO. It's like, he was like, no, cosmetics are not FOMO. I didn't really hit his full argument, but I was just immediately like, bro, what are you talking about? Cosmetics are absolutely FOMO. Because you can't just say something is not FOMO just because it doesn't necessarily make a gameplay, doesn't relate to gameplay necessarily. Like, it's something that you can get in the game, but you can only get it for a certain amount of time. That's absolutely FOMO. Yeah, I thought it was interesting. And that's why I don't play games like Fortnite or games like Overwatch anymore. Because apart the fact that the games like just don't appeal to me, especially Overwatch, that game is literally cancer. But I'm not a big fan of their monetization systems, honestly. Yeah. Well, what's nice is, well, even, yeah, that's like, I don't like games like the Battle Pass stuff. Like, some games, they'll do it where, like, games with good monetization systems, they'll have a Battle Pass, and then, like, I guess, like, the season after, they'll, like, give you stuff for free. They'll like give you all the stuff you missed from the Battle Pass at the end of the season, which I think is an alright trade-off. And then there's games, even Overwatch, as much as I kind of crap on its monetary system, at least it makes it so that you can like the seasons will come where you can buy it again. Like, they'll have an anniversary thing every now and again where you could buy stuff from past like seasons that you missed. But it's still annoying. Yeah. I think battle passes are cringe, to be honest. Especially games that have like different tiers of battle passes. You have to upgrade them. That's really annoying. Like, dude, either have a battle pass or like don't. Like, don't give me this like, oh yeah, you could have your battle pass, but it's gonna be the crappy one. But maybe if you spend a little bit of money, maybe we'll give you a little something to. Oh yeah, I did hear about that. I did hear they brought back 6v6. Oh my gosh. Gosh, it's literally the Thanos meme. It's literally in game. He's like, you could not live with your failure, so where did that bring you? Back to me. It's literally that. Like, what is the point? What was the point? Yes, it's literally that. There is no point. There was no point to Overwatch 2. They literally just made it so that people would forget Blizzard as a horrible company, which neither of them worked. Overwatch 2 sucks, and Blizzard is still a horrible company. Like, the only saving grace, if you want to call it that. If you want to call it that, like a saving grace, is the fact that it's free. But that's another thing. It's a new game, which means they shut down old Overwatch. Yeah. You know, so talking about Overwatch, so there's this Overwatch content creator I watch every now and again. His name is Flats, I believe. And it's always interesting to hear people. So I've never been big into Overwatch, but it's always interesting to hear people, like even in like most competitive games, kind of talk about the game in a state at which like people, like why people really don't like the game. And it's always kind of interesting to hear that from the perspective of a person that like plays your game, like plays it a lot, plays it to the point where they understand a lot of the like, you know, technical sides of it, and like a lot of the like stuff to like difference between actual good players and stuff and what makes a player, and hearing them kind of talk about that stuff. Not to say that it necessarily is always right, but it kind of, you know, coming from the perspective of somebody that plays your game a lot more than the average person, plays to the point where they couldn't necessarily play it competitively. I think that perspective is always interesting. But I remember there was one video. Yes, indeed. I do Overwatch them. But I remember there was a point, so within the past like year-ish, they've been branching out to other content. And I forget there was like a video they made where they were talking about how as much as they have wanted to, you know, every time they make something from another game, like doing something other than Overwatch, because you got to think, at the end of the day, this person is also a content creator, and there's always a fine line between like them, like they know that they're not enjoying the game, but sorry, to get back what he was saying, it's interesting because he was talking about kind of a fine line between like him wanting to make Overwatch content but not enjoying the game, and him wanting to make other content for other stuff that he was enjoying but wasn't being as successful. I think not necessarily related to the whole YouTube thing, but it kind of comes back to topic of like, you're playing this thing that you know you don't like, but you're almost scared to go to something else because it's all, at the end of the day, that's really the only thing you know. And that kind of gets into the whole conversation of branching out, and when it comes to content creation, of branching out into other things that you know you like, you know you would want to do, but you're not sure would be very successful algorithmically. And I remember I was like that for a little bit, because I played something like fighting games. Like, I've played a lot of fighting games in my time. Like, there was about like 3-4 years where I tried to take fighting games seriously, and I got it affected me a lot. Like, I got very upset at fighting games. Like, I was really mad because I felt like I wasn't good, but I wasn't. It was more of a thing where I didn't take the time to learn, but I knew I could be better. I just didn't like actually put the time to apply myself. And it took me a lot of time to kind of realize that after a certain point, I was like, you know what? If I'm not, if I'm not at this point where I feel like if I'm not having fun with this thing, then I should just, there's no shame in stepping back and being like, okay, do I really enjoy this thing as much as I think I do? Like, what exactly is keeping me playing this thing or doing this thing? Like, why do I really enjoy, this game, or do I enjoy the idea of what this game can be if I actually was good? Of course, I'd like to joke about, of course, that's a pretty mild example, but I think you always got to think about, like, I know this is a completely off topic, but I think it kind of comes back to kind of you being able to put things down and think about how you like to, what you want to do. And, time is just another form of currency. Oh yeah, I do remember that. Like, your time is valuable, and what you spend your time on is important. And also, if you have an addiction to something, I'm not gonna act like addiction, there are people, I'm not gonna act like video game addiction is not a thing. Medically, I'm not so sure, but I know some people can get to a place where they'll play. It's literally the only reason that League of Legends still gets the numbers it does. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people that are addicted to it. But it's a problem. And there's no shame in just not taking the thing as seriously. Like, I'm not gonna act like I don't want to go to fighting games, but it just doesn't matter to me anymore as much anymore. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was talking about. And like, I think that's part of the reason I always get a little bit annoyed whenever, or like content creators in general, there's always the whole thing of like, whenever you ask somebody what they want to see, and then people are always like, oh, well, you can just do whatever you feel like doing. If you're in a job, if YouTube is your job, on one hand, it's nice that people are willing to, give you that creative freedom. Like, they're fine with it, but that the numbers don't lie. Like, the numbers are the numbers. Like, so if somebody doesn't, it doesn't matter how much somebody likes something, if people don't watch it, like, do whatever you want doesn't pay the bills. Doesn't keep the lights on, doesn't feed your kids. Every time I think of that song, there's a song, this rap song called Big Bank. And there's this one part where he's talking about, the guy's talking about, like, excuses. Like, the guys are making excuses or something. And they're like, it's like, my kids can't eat excuses. It's like, I can't sleep on excuses. And it's like, It's the same thing with that stuff. I can't eat, do whatever you want. I can't sleep on do whatever you want. Like, do whatever you want. Well, you know, I can't wear do whatever you want on my feet. I can't provide a roof over my head. It can, but people don't watch it. It doesn't matter. Funny shy guy. I want to be doing better. I want to do good now. I want to be racing good. Dude, the only reason I know about that song... Yeah. Especially in my situation, like, I can literally just do whatever I want. Because... it doesn't... matter to me. This is not a job. Like... if I am... I know this is very... like, if we're talking about just YouTube, if I stop, like, doing YouTube stuff, like, cold turkey, tomorrow, it doesn't change my life. Like, I'm golden. Like, I have a job, I have a future, I have opportunities. It's just a matter of, like, this is, so, you know, just go wild, have fun with it. Yeah. Well, nowadays, definitely. Because I was there, man. I remember. Like, I don't know if you guys remember this, but back in the... like, you guys remember, like, the adpocalypse and stuff like that? Like, I remember people... like, YouTube used to be, like, the Wild West. Like, you could literally do whatever you want. You could, like, get monetized for stuff. Like, it was so much easier. It seems. And people would say some messed up stuff. Like, I know, like, I watched, I don't know if this is confirmed or not, but apparently I've, like, heard YouTubers say there have been, like, videos from back in the day that they had to straight up delete because they either, like, said something that was inappropriate or they did something that was inappropriate. And I'm not acting like that's a good thing, necessarily, what they said or did, but like, it really shows you, man, it's a different time. Like, 10 years was a long time, man. Like, you don't think 10 years is a long time, but, no. Yeah. Just think, where were you 10 years ago? God, where was I 10 years ago? I was in middle school 10 years ago. I was probably just playing Minecraft on my Xbox 360 10 years ago. Because September 2014, I remember I saved up enough money to get an Xbox 360 series. It was the E model. It was the third iteration of the Xbox 360. And I played the crap out of Minecraft, man. I was living large. It was awesome. Gosh. I'll have to see if I can find some, like, Minecraft good one, Karasu. But yeah. Honestly, everything just seems a lot more magical when you're a kid. Like, dang. Like, you know, from the perspective of little Timmy, like Fortnite isn't this, you know, isn't this cringe game. You know, it's this favorite game in the world. You know, this $9.50 you can spend on a good game, or however much battle passes are nowadays. Like, he's just gonna play as Spider-Man. Get the Spider-Man skin. He's having the time of his life. Of course, there's probably some incel culture mixed in there nowadays. I'm not gonna pretend I know what teenagers are watching on the TikToks and stuff nowadays, but yeah. You know, things always seem so much better when you're in a different point in your life. Yeah. Gosh, I remember this is gonna be... Look at... retrospectively, this is... It is unfortunate that I watch these creators retrospectively, but I remember back in, like, middle school, high school, I would watch people, like, watch a lot of, like, Minecraft and, like, regular gaming videos. I'd watch creators like Tobuscus and Sky Does Minecraft. Again, retrospectively, not great, but again, this is a different time, unfortunately. But you know, this is 2013, so this was all just this is a different, unfortunate. Doesn't make it good nowadays, but you get the idea. But yeah, just watching all that stuff, this seemed like the coolest thing ever. Dude, you remember? Yeah, that's cool. You guys remember Team Crafted? I remember Team Crafted. Like, dude, Minecraft was the coolest thing ever. I was always watching, like, Hunger Games and stuff like that. Like, Minecraft Hunger Games. Freaking, I remember they had, like, a YouTuber house. God, I don't know if you guys are gonna believe me. I don't know if you guys know who Post Malone is, the rapper. He was in Team Crafted. Like, before he became a rapper, he was a Minecraft YouTuber, believe it or not. Like, I forget exactly what his YouTube channel was called, but like I'm dead serious. It's really funny. And he knew all those guys. Yeah, a lot of them are still active-ish. Yeah. Honestly, I didn't even realize until like a couple years ago. Like, yo, that's the same guy. He was in, holy crap. Wow. And a lot can happen in 10 years, man. You know, one day you could be making funny Minecraft YouTube videos for all the 12-year-olds. The next day you're selling multi you know, multi-platinum albums, or however many. You're making hit songs for the world to hear, winning Grammys or whatever. Yeah. And let's not forget the world's greatest YouTuber, YouTube to internet sensation, YouTube to real life sensation, Justin Bieber. Everyone's favorite YouTuber. kind of related, but not really. Back in the... So you guys remember One Direction? Very topical. Unironically, because one of their members passed away within the past, like, month or so. But, I remember back when they were famous, when they were a thing, I would watch this guy, I think his name is Mark Parsons, I believe. He made this animated series of it was like the One Direction, but they were superheroes. I thought it was cool. It was a lot funnier when I was a kid, but looking back, it's really interesting because there were a lot of it was one of those series where it's like it's for kids, but there's a lot of jokes that are aimed towards adults, which obviously now that I'm an adult, I get a lot of that stuff. I would recommend it, but I'm not sure if the series is active anymore, because he made two of them, and then the third one was a series. Hold on, let me see if I can't find it. Here we go. Yeah. There's only re-uploads, because the guy he took all his videos down for whatever reason, the original creator. So you can only watch re-uploads nowadays, which is unfortunate. Let me see if I can't find out why he took the stuff down. Let's take a look here. One Direction wiki. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, thanks, Dan. Hey, listen, man. I realize I do want to tell you. I realize you've been trying to get in contact with me in the DMs, and I have seen your messages. I'm not ignoring you on purpose. I didn't want you to think that I forgot about you or anything. But as soon as the stream is over, whatever, I'll see about everything that you've been saying to me. I really apologize. I don't want you to think like I forgot about you or anything. Just, I don't know. Just some stuff has been happening. A lot of stuff. It hasn't been the easiest for me to respond to a lot of stuff lately. And it's very rude of me, honestly. Yeah. All right. Anyway, back to the best track in the game, baby. This is the greatest course of all time, and nobody, absolutely no one, can tell me I'm wrong. At one point, I was considering making a Mario Kart 8 tier list. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's a mixture. See you around, Dan. Have a great night, man. I'm about to win. I win. I win. Get off me. Crap! No! Screw you, Plaz! No! Ah! Whew. Thank goodness. Whew. Dang. Dang, man. Huh. Wonder what happened to Weege. I hope he's alright. Yo, speaking of Weege, I hope Chris is alright. I know he ended his 48-hour live stream today. And I am very much hoping that he is sleeping. I really hope so. I saw you guys were playing Tough Enough or Dead Dance, whichever floats your boat, last night. Or Chris and Plaz. Yeah, that's whatever. Gosh. Hell yeah. You got coconut malt. Yeah, honestly, I've considered if I actually had, I don't know, I've considered doing like a multi-hour stream before, like a 12-hour stream. I wouldn't do a 48-hour off the bat, but I think if I were to do, honestly, if I were to do a multi-hour stream, I wouldn't want to, it wouldn't be just me. Like, I wouldn't want to do it by myself. Like, I'd have to plan out kind of like a day and kind of time slots for different things. Like, I would want to be very particular about it, because I feel like if I'm just gonna go in there, kind of guns blazing, do whatever I feel like it's gonna be very unproductive. And eventually I'm gonna get to the point where I just tire myself out. Honestly, I think that'd be a good idea. Like, I could get a bunch of people together, do like a multi-hour stream. You stream Desert Bus. That'd be funny. You'd stream all the Halo games. Could do a live podcast. Gosh. Freaking, within the past, like, month or so, there's been new episodes of Two Guys and a Goblin, the Tingley Jungle podcast, which I'm very happy about. And then, I'm gonna assume they're older, but the fact that they got uploaded at all is epic. And one of their friends, who has also been on their podcast, he started like actually making videos, which well, like he made videos before, but now he's making like actual videos. So he had, funnily enough, their friend, he had a Mountain Dew review channel, but now he's doing like commentary, like review videos, which I think is really neat. And honestly, I've been considering, I think I've talked about this before, I've wanted to do something like that, but I've never really been sure how to go about it, like actual scripted content. Like, I've had ideas before, it's just a matter of like execution and figuring it out, like how to go about it, because I have a lot of interesting ideas for what I want to do if I were to do scripted content. I think my problem is I feel like I have to do something big when, like, I didn't do that for my first video. Like, if you guys remember my very first, literally my very first video I ever made, my deer video from 5 years ago. Gosh, it's already been 5 years. Man. I mean, I could definitely do it. It wouldn't take me that long. Honestly, I'd kind of be down for it. It's something different. Because honestly, I've been wanting to... I don't know, I think the reason I've not been doing like actual videos that I have on the back burner. It's just I'm kind of burnt out a little bit. That's part of the reason I'm not doing anything related, like, period. Because I've been trying to figure out a way to try and mix some stuff up. Crap. And also, I'm busy with work-life balance, which is also incredibly important. Because I know the moment that I start like actually working on video stuff, I'm just gonna lock in, and it's gonna be the only thing that I can think about for the next like month or however long it takes me to make videos. Also, I'm trying to figure that out, just like life skills in general, because I want to be able to just get better at doing things, multiple things at the same time. I guess multitasking, but for things in my life. I guess. Or things that I want to be doing. Well, yeah, multitasking, but for life things, obviously. How did I get into 7th? Crap! Not again! Of course. For it's the moment, literally the moment that I'm like, oh, that's, oh, I am upset about that. Whew. Okay, I'm not gonna go for too much longer. Probably another 10 minutes or so. Because I actually am trying to go to bed early. Because I have not been doing that the past couple nights. I'm gonna try and lock in now. Huh. Okay, I said Yoshi is massive. Holy crap. Why are the guys in the background so large? Crap! Are you kidding me? Okay. Whew, at least I finished somewhat competently. Yeah, I guess it was a kamikaze. Very unfortunate. Got Colombia in here. I think I did go worldwide again. Sometimes I just go regional because it's easier to find matches, depending on the time of day, though. It makes sense. People will be home at 10:30 in the evening. Also, I was watching Chris's stream throughout the evening, like throughout the evenings, and it seemed like he was getting matches like pretty consistently throughout the day, like regardless of the night, which was nice. Well, he was playing Splatoon 3, which probably explains a lot. I imagine there's a wide range of like Eastern world to Western world people that play that game, honestly. And it seemed like more often in the evening he was getting Japanese players or Asian players more generally. I like that. That's a nice touch. Wish I had a shell so I could hit him. Crap, of course I hit myself. Oh, of course it doesn't matter. Well, I got second. Alright, this is my last... Wow, that guy has 34,000. Holy crap. Okay, this will be my last race for the evening. Gosh, Report of the Week is still making videos. That's insane, man. Okay, Daisy Cruiser is good. Vic Skywalk, yo. Pretty epic if you ask me. Huh. Alright, let's see what we got here. Last race. I'm gonna get first. Maybe. The game would load. You know, I don't usually listen to, or I don't play this game with my game sound on often because I don't feel like setting up my Elgato. So I don't always get the chance to listen to the new tracks for these games, a lot of these tracks, but they're pretty good. God, this ass. Exactly what I wanted, just as planned. Ah! Ha, ha. Wow, what are the chances? Get out of here, Funky. Dang, how are these guys so far ahead? Woo! Yes! Crap, I did the wrong thing. Yes! Alright. Not bad, not bad. At least I'm back up to 8,900, so literally nothing of value was lost. Actually, let me contrast between the first race and the last race. Okay, let's take a look here. So, when I started the evening, so I'm looking here. Okay. All right, when I started the evening, I was 87. Oh, okay, so I actually gained VR. Nice. Did I? Hold on. What am I at right now? Okay, yeah, I am at 8903. I started the night 8786. Okay, so 127 points. Not bad. All right. I'm gonna... Okay, that is all for this evening, folks. I gotta piss off because I gotta get up early tomorrow. But thank you all for coming out, as always. I'll be back next week. I may finish Pikmin 2, I may play something completely different. I don't know, but please come check it out. Have a good night, guys. And please subscribe, also.